After 26 years of marriage and raising 2 kids, empty nest season is coming at us faster than we anticipated. So we're doing what any normal married couple would do. We bought a bus. Now we're renovating it into a tiny home on wheels. We named him Bob, and we're figuring it out as we go, just like we did with parenting. I'm Trish.
I'm Steve.
And together,
we're Team Rawls.
Hey everybody! Well, I feel like we owe you a video. Yeah, it's been a couple months and it's been kind of crazy. We feel so bad because every time we go into town, the grocery store or wherever, we run into people and they're like, how's the bus going? How's Bob? And we haven't really done much on it. We've been trying to help our youngest son apply to college. We have been working furiously on getting our house ready to sell. And you know how it is when you live in a house for, a few years. It's got some dings and dents. So we've been painting. We've been, doing all kinds of stuff to get the house ready to sell. We have been purging. This loft up here was just packed with just stuff. So we've spent a few days just purging. We've actually pulled our tractor in here, lifted up the bucket, and had it sitting right next to the loft, and we just were dumping things in there. It's just amazing how much just stuff you accumulate. Old tax records, the shoes from my wedding. Anybody want a nice pair of dated shoes? Worn once. We'll never need an 18 by 24 poster of our son in his high school tuxedo. My cheerleading stuff from high school. It meant a lot to me at the time, but sorry, cheerleading memorabilia. You're just not making the cut. This was one of my toys from when I was a kid. Look at that. Maybe I was destined for nomadic life. An award I got at my very first job at Barclay and Evergreen in Kansas City. Basically their employee of the month. This is literally from like when I was in elementary school. I was big into a swim team. My swimming trophies. Why do we hang on to our past so much? It's really an interesting question. Oh, is this your first big buck?
Yeah.
He's had this for how long? When did you shoot this?
13, I think.
When he was 13.
Something like that.
What do you think? Should we keep it or let it go? All of my art supplies from college. I don't think I've even picked up a paintbrush since I graduated from art school. 2 Holga cameras that we've had forever. Brand new in the package. That's just the loft behind me. We still have to attack the bottom of the garage or the barn. And then on top of that, I'm just super busy with work. Like I've been working nights and weekends, and so it leaves little time for Bob. But Steve has been busy getting the furring strips going on the inside. So we'll show you a little bit of that, and then we'll take it on a little fun excursion.
One of the things that we wanted to do was make sure that we had plenty of insulation in the walls. And a lot of people, they put furring strips around this section below the windows and above in the ceiling. And a lot of people use these, which they're called 2x2s, but they're really not 2x2. They're a little less than that. And they'll screw these to the wall here, and they'll create these pockets that they can put their insulation in, and then they'll come back and they'll put their plywood or whatever their wall is made out of on top of this. But one of the things that we learned by watching Mike at Navigation Nowhere is there's a better way to do this. If you use this, then you have to notch this out so that you can put in your wiring and stuff in the walls. And this can be a real pain to try to notch this stuff out. So what Mike at Navigation Nowhere does, and what we learned from watching his videos on YouTube, is that he'll take his 3/4 inch plywood, which is what he also used on his flooring. And so the first piece that goes on is 3/4 inch plywood, which is this piece back here. And then he comes along after that with a 1/2 inch piece of plywood, and he screws that to the 3/4 inch piece of plywood. And what that allows you to do is wherever you need to notch for your wiring or your piping or whatever, you're able to cut out just the 1/2 inch plywood as whatever size notch you need, and it doesn't affect the 3/4 inch plywood that's in the back. The walls are pretty much all done, and now we're going to start on the ceiling and getting the furring strips in the ceiling. Enough talking about
purging and throwing away stuff. I promised you an adventure. So in our last video, we showed you that we had bought motorcycles. We're gonna pull motorcycles behind the bus. So let's go on a little ride. We promised like 2 months ago when we did our last video that we would tell you guys about our motorcycles. So it literally has been 20 years since I've ridden. We bought the motorcycles obviously a couple months ago, and but this is I think my 5th motorcycle. Right, I started out on a little Kawasaki Cruiser, and then I went up to a BMW 650, 750, I can't remember. Had that for a little while. It's a bit much. Then I got a little XT 225, and then I got a Suzuki SV 650, and then I got pregnant. So that was 20 years ago. And our boys our youngest is graduating high school, so we figured why not. Anyway, so just come along for the ride. Obviously I'm following Steve. He's my guide. He's my motorcycle coach. He's been riding since he was like, I don't know, 3. No, seriously though, like 12. So he taught me how to ride back when we first got married, and yeah, we're back in the saddle. I don't super enjoy getting around lots of traffic. Just like riding these back roads and quiet, slower dual sport stuff. I'm not real crazy about getting in town. That's why we kind of waited till we got out in the boonies before we started filming today. But we're headed to Mason. Maybe I'll show you on a map on this video the ride we're doing today.
This is downtown Fredericksburg. So when we left, we came out this way. When we got right here, we came into the metropolis of Doss, Texas. This is all dirt. Whoops, this way. We followed the James River Road this way. I was actually on the river there. Had lunch at Cooper's Barbecue in Mason. And this was a beautiful, curvy, little, small, paved back road. Followed that over, crossed Highway 87 here. And right back to our house again.
Some of the footage may show you some of the oak wilt that Texas has been suffering for the past few years. The trees, the live oak trees, which are gorgeous and beautiful, they get this wilt on them and they just die. There's really nothing you can do about it. So the trees just kind of die. It's really sad. Lots of people's properties are just covered with this oak wilt disease. All right, so we just hit gravel road. So really, this is the first time I've ridden on gravel forever. When I had motorcycles before, we strictly rode on pavement. So yeah, I'm a gravel newbie. Okay, this is really nerve-wracking.
Stay to the right over here.
Should I wait till you get all the way across and go, or just follow you? Oh, my heart is beating so fast right now.
Not that bad.
Can you stop in the middle? I guess you can't stop in the middle because...
If you do, you get your feet wet.
yeah. Okay. Oh, shit.
Just watch where I go.
All right.
Where I go. I'm gonna stay over to the right some.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous right now. He makes it look so easy.
It's easy. I'm just cruising along in first gear, Trish.
How do you know where the road is? And
It's straight ahead. You can see it. The water's so shallow.
okay.
Exactly where I'm at.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna ease over to the left a little bit. No
Okay.
sudden turns, no sudden acceleration, no braking.
Okay.
First gear, put her along.
Oh.
Ooh, that's slippery there. Ooh, it's slippery here toward the end.
All right.
Stay way over. Okay, my mistake was stay way over to the right, further over than I went. Okay.
Oh my God. I'm so scared.
You can do it. Stay way to the right.
All right. I'm in first gear,
Way
right?
to the right. Yep,
Okay.
way to the right. And then when you get closer down here to me, stay further to the right.
Okay.
Just put her along first gear. Just give it a steady gas.
Mhm.
Gas, first gear. Steady gas, first gear. Don't let it stall on you though. Don't stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Stay
Yep.
to the right. Stay way over to the right. Just going over to the right a little bit more. Way over that way. Stay over there.
Okay.
You get close to where I'm at up here.
Oh shit. Oh shit. God dang it. I knew it. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Huh?
I was afraid that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You're alright.
Okay.
You're recording all this, right?
Of course. Steve just asked me if I'm recording all this. Well, at least my feet are wet now, so I don't have to worry. Ah! Oh.
Get your feet out of the water. Get your feet out of the water.
Yeah, I know, but she's a little more experienced than me.
To the right, to the right.
Oh. All the way over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Woo! Okay, I got it. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. All right. I gotta get the water out of my boots. Okay, so I think I took that fall pretty graciously. My first fall in the water, but I got right back up, got right back on the horse, so to speak, and we're continuing down the gravel road. So it's actually kind of fun. My feet are nice and cool, as are my legs, and my hands are very cold, except my sweet little hubby just told me to take his gloves, so now I have his gloves, and he has no gloves. But I think I needed to fall. I needed to just feel like I needed to see what that felt like and know that it was okay. Anyway, continue on. I'm exhausted. That was, what, 6 hours on the bike? I feel like I have windburn. My butt hurts. My cheeks hurt. Everything hurts. My neck hurts from holding up that helmet. But it was so fun. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't a bus build, but we just needed a break from that. So anyway, it was fun. If you haven't already, subscribe down below, and we'll see you in the next video.